Now, I am here to share a few things about false speculations, which some of you have been calling me about to clarify. And these falsifications around, because of social media, are rotating around Dr. Kizza Besigye and his being in prison, how he's being managed. If I picked a few things, one of them is that we have given him an ultimatum either to eat prison food, or if he doesn't, he should starve to death. Then that two, that he has already started a hunger strike. And three, that we have not allowed him to interact with other inmates. And four, that the government is determined to kill him using prisons. I think I find this one very outrageous. As I told you, we have 80,000 inmates. And our work is to keep, not to kill. Yes, we hang, but we hang those who have been declared by court. We don't simply kill. We hang those court has decided and the president has endorsed. So first of all, there was even an insinuation, personal. Somebody says, Kampala John, saying, leave us to manage Besigye like how we handled Segirinya. The insinuation is that if Segirinya came out and died, then that's exactly what we are doing for the retired Kanu. This is fake. This is not my word. And that's why I have brought it here. Don't take it as news because somebody is hunting something. I even have a summary of what they were speculating. I don't want to give clout to the one who is speculating, but if you want to know who, the source is also here, and I have brought it for you. Now, my answer to all this is embedded in the law, and you will excuse me. When somebody says something out of the blue that does not have any base, I always find it convenient that I use the law to explain why we are doing what we are doing. And if we go to the Prisons Act, I have the act here, but I have extracted the paper for you because I know if I told you to get it online, you may say you didn't get it right. So I have extracted the page of the act for you to help me understand why we are doing what we are doing. So it's not true that we can deny, because Section 6 says, every prisoner shall be subject to the prison discipline and to all laws, orders, and directions related to prisons and prisoners during the entire duration of imprisonment, whether he or she is within the premises of the prison or not. So, whether it is Kano Besigye, whether it is any other person, as long as you are a prisoner in prisons, you have to be managed according to the Prisons Act and according to the standing orders. We are the experts. When you come as a visitor, you don't become an expert. I always used to tell, when I was arguing, I said it becomes very funny to find that a professor of history is in theater guiding a doctor on how to conduct an operation or surgery. So please, let us do our work. And we are not doing it the first time. 69 clearly says, a prisoner shall be provided with food of nutritious value, adequate for health and strength, by the prison administration at the usual hours. The food shall be of wholesome quality, well prepared and served. So the one who is speculating that they don't want us to take the food, the act does not provide for the relatives, friends, and the political allies to carry food to the what? To the prison. So if there is the standing orders, I will come to the standing orders. With them they say one may, but the person who receives that food must pay for it, not donations. So when we have tried to bend the law to adjust that we become humane and share, and then somebody starts insinuating, it becomes very, very funny and uncalled for. Because this is how it is. And say, this one here is for you. There are these ones about exercise. Of course, there are many. They have been sending at different times, saying that he has been denied exercise. But all these things are just nothing. Even the complaints, if he wants to make complaints, is allowed. That's an extract from the Prisons Act. Now, what does the Prisons Standing Order say about ration? It is chapter 28, ration for prisoners. You can read it from here, but I've extracted it here for easy reading, and I'm going to read it for you. Section 6. A civil or unconvicted prisoner shall be informed on admission that he or she may be supplied at his or her own expense or at the expense of his or her friends with food and drinks subject to the conditions. When you bring any item to the prison, it is not a market of buyer seller. No, there must be conditions that we adhere to. 1, he shall give notice beforehand of his or her requirements as the officer in charge may prescribe. It is the officer in charge to prescribe, not the prisoner's visitor to prescribe. So we are operating according to what we are given as a guideline. With them, they are speculating according to their political inclination. But we are not going to do politics in management. Management and politics are very different. That's why I am reading this paper so that you read it in detail. But I'm picking what is quick because I don't want to waste your time. Any privilege allowed under these standing orders may be withdrawn by the officer in charge upon proof upon any abuse of them. So those who are misleading that getting food from out is a right, no, it's a privilege, subject to discipline. And the officer in charge is allowed at any time to adjust. The details are so many, you can read for yourself. So, like I said to the New Vision, we are managing prisons as professionals. We are managing prisons according to international standards. And whether it is Dr Besigye, whether it is who, for us, we look at them as prisoners. That's why every prisoner comes to prison and gets a prison number and is managed accordingly. And we shall do that. And I still remind those who are alarming that the government wants to kill retired Kanu. At least as far as prisons is concerned, the first time we ever received and kept him was in 2005. He has since been with us not less than 3 times. And he has come in and gone out. And so it will be. There is no need for insinuations. Actually, when you saturate this false information, it is the discretion of the OC whether he should actually allow you again to visit. Because if your intention to visit is to distort facts, then there is no reason for you to be permitted to visit. Thank you for listening to me. If you have any question, you can ask me. If not, I can go to Uganda. Okay. Olwaleero ekitongole ekyamakomera tulina abasibe emitwalo 4,759 abasalire abakyaliremba n'emisango bali emitwalo 3,891 ab'amabanja bali 488 omugatte emitwalo 8,248 abaana balina bamaama baabwe bali 281 bana abasibe bakumirwa mu makomera 269 nga gali mu bibinja 19 oba regions 19 ba staff bakyali omutwalo gumu mu 14. Olwaleero tuli wano okutegeeza eggwanga n'abantu betukolagana nabo stand by class 1 oba obukuumi obw'enjawulo twabumaliriza nga 18 olw'omukaaga oluwedde kati tuzeeyo okukola emirimu gyaffe nga bulijjo. Abadde balina byetukolaga betukwatira wamu ne tukola emirimu bakkirizibwa kubanga batambuza emirimu gyabwe nga bulijjo. Era n'aba OC bakimanyi nti twazeeyo kukola nga bulijjo bwe tukola. Ku Lwokubiri oluwedde ennaku z'omwezi nga 14 ogw'olubereberye 2025 enjuki zayingira kkooti ne zitaataganya abaalimu mwabo abaafuna obuzibu bw'enjoki mwalimu abasibe 13 ne suspects ba poliisi 7. Era twagala kusiima omulimu ogw'amaanyi ogwakolebwa ebitongole ebikuumaddembe kubanga teri musibe n'omu eyatoloka, era tukwatirawo tujira tukolerawo bijja tuyamba. Ndi wano okusambajja ebibadde bitambula mu mikutu gy'amawulire egya social media ebikwatagana ku ndabirira y'omusibe retired Colonel Kizza Besigye. Bimu kubadde ebyo ebisinganyibwa nti Besigye twamuganye okuba nti afuna emmere okuva ebweru, emmere embisi si nfumbe. Nti ekyokubiri wetwogerera yaganye okulya emmere yonna ali ku hunger strike. Nti ekyokusatu tuganye twamuganye okuba nti abeera ne bane abasibe in fact nti oba yanukula enkuŋŋaanya z'abasibe bane nti waliwo nekenalabye nti ennaku zino bw'ogenda kwogera naye bakuwa ssimu toyogerera mu ssimu tebakukkiriza kutuula naye. Mpozi n'ekirala nti gavumenti yewaddeyo kubanga eyitira mu kitongole eky'amakomera nti ejjawo obulamu bwa Colonel retired Kizza Besigye. Kyeŋŋamba nti byonna bino byogera bya bulimba. Bwe tuba twamanya ekituufu kiriwa, ekituufu kiri mu bitabo eby'amateeka ebitufuga. Ekisooka tulina kye tuyita Prisons Act, nazze nayo naye nasseemu kye twagala ekyogera ku bikwatagana n'ensonga ez'abasibe, enneeyisa y'abasibe n'ekikwata kukwata ku mmere. Nti buli musibe akkirizibwa kuba nti kitongole eky'amakomera kitukakatako kuba nti buli musibe emmere ey'okulya. Bwe kibanga emmere yaffe omusibe tasobodde girya era standing orders zo ne zigonzaamu ne ziraga nti abakkirizibwa kusasulira emmere eva ebweru naye OC alina okusooka kukola ki? Kugyekebejja. Ate okufuna emmere kuva ebweru si ddembe lya bwebange lwakuba nti kyateekeddwawo okuba nti kiyamba kukwatira wamu enkolagana nnungi y'abasibe n'abasirikale. Bwe kiba nti ekintu kino tekitwalizibwe tekisiddwa mu makubo amalungi, OC akkirizibwa kubanga ateekako ekkufulu okuvaawa ebweru, naye ekyo tekinaba kukolebwa. Era ndi wano okukakasa nti abasibe baffe bonna nga ne kano omutwalidde tebalina mutawaana era embeera eri mu nte.
Prison and especially the leaders to lie with a straight face. This is not the first time I was visiting Dr. Kizza Besigye. I've actually almost visited him on a weekly basis. And we always carry food items for him and they accepted. And I had never come out to post that they have denied us an opportunity of giving Dr. Kizza Besigye food. So when they treated us with civility, when they treated us in a professional way, when they allowed us to give Dr. Kizza Besigye food, we were okay. It's until this week on Friday, when we went to see Dr. Kizza Besigye and we were told the food items we had carried for Dr. Kizza Besigye could not be allowed in. Well, I thought I would talk to the OC or the deputy OC. Both of them were out of office. And a lot of things have changed. When we used to go to Luzira to visit Dr. Besigye, would be allowed, to have a physical interaction with him. This time round, that one is no longer in existence. I was merely talking to Dr. Kizza Besigye on phone. And he actually told me himself, now this is not about me, he said, I am not going to eat their food. He even added, do these people think that you, my close people and my family members, can poison me? Do they think the food carried from my home, the food carried by my colleagues, is a danger to me rather than the food that they're giving me? And he said, you need to protest this. So whatever they are saying, I am not surprised because they're used to telling lies with a straight face. Another new thing that we found is that now Dr. Kizza Besigye is in solitary confinement. Now, Mr. Beine and your boss, Yawashaija, we are not going to let you treat Dr. Kizza Besigye with indignity and we simply keep quiet. We are not going to let you mistreat Dr. Kizza Besigye and keep quiet. As long as they mistreat him, we are going to come out and fight for his rights. We are going to come out and fight for his rights. We know what has happened to his brother before. We know that he died in prison. Now, of course, and we are saying we are not going to take this lightly. Because just a day before, the CDF had made a tweet saying that they are going to hang Dr. Kizza Besigye from Gulu. And then we go to prison, we find things have changed. So Museveni, through Freeman Mugabe, they are trying to kill Dr. Kizza Besigye through the court-martial. Biabashaija is trying to kill Dr. Kizza Besigye from prison by starving him. Muhoozi is saying he's going to hang him. So for me, this is not by coincidence. I believe this is something that they have planned. And we are not going to let it pass.